Pilot status ready. Target the future. Vehicle Ultraviolette F77 Mach 2.0 Recon. Not a bike, a mission-grade electric interceptor. 0 to 100 in 7.8 seconds. Afterburner mode engaged. Ride-by-wire, 3 riding modes. Full-color 5-inch TFT cockpit. Mission data, real-time. Navigation control. Ride analytics. Ride telemetry. Cutting through night like a strike jet.
Yes, hello and welcome to another vlog from Ben Rider. Today we're sitting here on the Ultraviolette F77 Mach 2.0 Recon. At first you have to get used to it. The weight is definitely different. The weight distribution is different. When you're very slow, when you're standing still, when you're trying to park the bike maybe. It is very heavy, 207 kilos, because of the battery, I guess, you know. But when you have it out here riding in the corners, in the twisties, whatever, it is actually quite nice, quite enjoyable. We have 3 riding modes here. We have the glide mode, which is I think the slowest and with the best throttle acceptance over the softest throttle acceptance. Then we have the combat mode, which is the blue one. And we have ballistic mode, which sounds terrible, but this is the red one here, which is quite nice for the country roads here. Actually reminds you a little bit of the Zero, but I do think the Zero is still a little bit quicker somehow. I don't know, engine comparison wise. I mean the SRS or whatever it is called from Zero, you can also ride with a small license, interestingly enough, and this one as well, because it's under this limit, I don't know, 15 kilowatts or something. We have a regenerative braking system here with 10 positions, 0 and 9 regenerative braking positions. I'm on number 7 now. So when you release the gas in front of a corner, it slows you down quite drastically. In R9, regenerative mode number 9 is quite drastic, but of course you can always add a little gas, you know, to it, or a little throttle, and it's not so bad. But it is quite nice. I'm sure it's quite nice when you're in the twisties and don't want to brake all the time. And of course, since it is regenerative braking, of course you will be putting energy back into the battery. Yeah, and these, I mean, it's not total twisties here, but it's left and right, quite nice actually. Feels quite nice. The seating position is a little bit to the front. A little bit to the front and reminds me of my seating position on the Z900 Kawasaki, which is not ideal for me because I'm not the youngest one anymore. Maybe for the kids it is ideal, but not for me. They will also have another one out, Street Fighter or whatever, and that will have higher handlebars and easier to reach. So I guess I'm looking forward to that. This one is a little bit to the front, so I already have back problems here. You know, I have some pain already in my back because of this seating position. But it is a sports bike, at least that's what it looks like. I mean, it's still a 125, but at least it looks like a sports bike, and it's definitely not slow, you know. So yeah, pretty nice. The suspension you can adjust as well, front and rear, as far as I know. At the moment it's okay here. Yeah. Okay guys, I mean, it is not perfect, you know, there's some little minor quirks. For example, I don't know if I told you already, but the regen, you know, which they now have in the Mach 2, I don't know if they had it in the first version, but they should have put it to an actual hardware pedal on the left, like a throttle pedal, and they had it on the Ovao bike, which was very, very nice. You could switch actually the regen power level with your left foot. That was really, really nice. Now you have to do it here with the fingers, which is not really natural. You know, it would be nice to have this switch to reduce the speed for the regeneration with your left on your left foot. Maybe they can change that in the future, I don't know. Have maximum power here now, and I'm letting it go, and it goes quite drastically. I'm not even in R9, as you can see. It's really, really strong braking. You see, it's R7, and it slows you down to 0 without braking at all. Yeah, pretty nice. The display, yeah, in bright sunlight it is not bad, but there are some very tiny, teeny tiny fonts or type. Up here, for example, the battery percentage, 73%, is very small. So if you have bad eyes, or in general, it is a very, very small font. So if you have too much money on your bank account, please have a look. Have a look now. Check your bank account. If you do, please transfer 10,000 euro for me, please. I'm serious. And I would definitely take this as a gift from you. And I would buy this bike to show it to you further. Maybe someone is crazy enough to actually do it for me. Who knows? It's really, really nice. Actually, I do like it. There are some minor things, as I said. Maybe the mirrors, you know, they are not the best. They look different, however, but, you know, they are not easy to set up and stuff. And yeah, I couldn't care too much about the mirrors. Yeah, the regen should be put on as a hardware pedal to the left. The seating position should be a bit different, higher up, straight up. But I guess they will get out the other bike in this regard, you know. So you have to buy the other version then. I don't know when that will be available. The seat is very, very hard. Yeah, it's very hard. It is sporty hard. Yes, today we're here with the Ultraviolette F77 Mach 2.0 Recon. And well, Ultraviolette, they say they have a motor of 30 kilowatts, which might be true, but I think it's a max power. So it's not really good to advertise this because, you know, you can ride it with a very low license. So I think the standard is, I don't know, nominal peak maybe 11 kilowatts or something, so that they get underneath this requirement. And the maximum is 30. It's quite drastic, I think. But 30 sounds a lot, but it is not bad, but it's not like, you know, you're going to fall off the bike or anything, you know. So when they say 0 to 100 in 7.8 seconds, I can believe it, but it's slower than my ex-ADV Honda, you know. Anyways, not too bad actually. I will give you everything in the verdict later on. Let's get to the controls and the display. Yes, on the left hand side we don't have any lever here whatsoever, as you can see, but for your left hand or for your index finger we have the light switch here for high beam, low beam and passing light to, you pull it towards you. We have the hazard light switch right here. We have kind of a PlayStation buttons here for back and enter and left right. Actually pretty nice, pretty easy to understand. We have the turn signal switch here, which is quite nice. We have the horn here. On the right hand side we have the throttle, we have the brake lever for the one single disc brake in the front, and we have a multi-function button here for mode switch, for starting up and for emergency cutoff basically. And that's everything here for the handlebar. You have all the important information on the display. It is not so easy to see when it's direct sunlight, but it's still acceptable. Unfortunately, there's a very small font sometimes, especially for the battery, where it says like 71% now at the moment on the top here. That is very difficult to see, if your glass is not up to speed anymore. And the odometer and this right, so the trip we have on the right hand side, and we have I think this is the consumption here, we have the range there, we have the regen down there, we have two different display modes basically, and we have the combat mode here. I will switch it for you. We have ballistic, which everything is in red, we have glide where everything is in green. And you have to take back the throttle basically to change the modes. I was so stupid, that I didn't know. But anyways, into the menu, I don't want to go into deep detail here. We have the My 77 where you have all the info for your bike and the color in case you forgot which color you have. Then we have My Trips, which show you your trips. Then we have settings for display, sound and deep sleep. We have two different display schemes. At the moment we're in parallax scheme. Brightness and mode we can change here. Then we have the sound, deep sleep, I don't know what it is. Then we continue to the controls. You can change the performance here. Well, actually, we can turn off the rear ABS here. You can change the regen braking, which you can also do on the fly on the left-hand side of the handlebar. And you can change the traction control in 3 positions, as you can see here. And hill assist mode there. Then we have documents. You can probably scan your documents through the app and you can show them to the officer. I don't know if that's legal in your country. Insurance and registration. Bluetooth connection. Battery only shows you what the battery status is. Then the tire pressure monitoring system. That's everything here. And that's basically everything. Maybe there's more if you press something longer or shorter. I don't know. Anyways, that's everything about the display. So this is the Ultraviolette F77 Mach 2.0 Recon with 30 kilowatts of max peak power. And we'll take it out for a little spin. Let's go. So the seat is very hard. And the seat height is 800, so not too bad even for smaller riders. Unfortunately, the seating position is a little bit to the front, so I don't like it that much, but it's definitely a sporty seating position. It's a sporty bike, so I guess that fits, but maybe with the other one that they will bring out, the handlebar will be here and it will be much more relaxed. Anyways, we are in combat mode. We cannot ride. Why not? Oh, you have to press the brake, and then this one, and then this is the parallax display. And we have, as I said, we have 2 different modes on the display. We have regen number 7 in there now, so we have a maximum of 9. So it's pretty regenerative already. We have 71% left in the battery, and combat mode it says 100 kilometers left. In glide mode 130, Ballistic 103. And yeah, the overall feel when you first get on the bike is a little bit different because of the weight and everything and weight distribution. After you ride it a little bit, it's a lot of fun. However, I do think the feeling on the Zero is a bit more on the SRS or whatever it's called. But this in ballistic mode is also quite nice. However, I think the 7.8 seconds from 0 to 100 is a little bit long. I don't know why they make so much advertisement with this value. Yeah, glide mode we can put in. So it is, you know, as you can see now, yeah, I can twist the throttle, nothing really happens. Definitely good for the city. You still get the regenerative braking and glide mode. I'm kind of amazed. Usually you don't get it, but you still get the regenerative braking. Let's put it into combat mode, which is the blue mode. No, let's put it in ballistic and go. Yeah, not too shabby. Not too shabby. However, it won't pull out a tree, but it is not bad. And if you compare the price, you know, to all the other electric bikes and motorcycles and scooters that are available at the moment on the market, the better ones range about maybe around 8,000–9,000 euro. The better ones, 125 scooters. Of course, you cannot compare to Zero because they are over the top with their pricing. But I think that would be definitely a good price then. So ballistic mode, in the regular combat mode, which I tried before, you can get a maximum of 125 according to the speedometer. Apparently they say 155 max speed on ballistic, so the highest mode. I don't know if I can try that out because, you know, we're kind of restricted here. So I have full power now in ballistic mode. But we're going up a hill now. Slowing down. Yeah, if you go up a hill, it definitely has to struggle already. So I'll take back the throttle a little bit. Don't want to overheat the engine here. But for normal highway speeds, I would say if you don't go crazy like a maniac, it is definitely enough. I don't know how long you can actually keep that speed before it overheats or something. Maximum throttle here. Yeah, maximum throttle. Does not really go up that much. Okay, we still have an incline here. Now we're going back down. 155, I'm not really sure. Only if we go downhill, I think we can go 155. I don't know if they have any radar traps here. So I don't really want to push it, but I don't think, maybe after a few kilometers or shortly before the battery is empty, you can reach 155, I don't know. But it doesn't seem to be that quick when you go at higher speed. So, 120. I think that's a pretty nice speed according to the speedometer here for this bike. All the other higher speeds not really that great, I would say. And you know, the higher speed that they mentioned on the web, 155, I don't think that's really true. I don't think that's really true, and I cannot really try it out because I'm kind of chicken that they're gonna send me a nice picture home. Anyways, yeah, from riding experience in the ballistic mode, definitely nice. Not totally on par as with the Zero, but of course it's also a cheaper offering, I would say. But it is stable, it rides nicely, you can ride through the corners quite nicely. Stability is good, and the suspension is good, you can adjust it to your liking still. So all in all, I would give it definitely a 2 thumbs up. Something smells like burning. I hope not my engine is burning here. Let's look down. Oh shit, there's a accident here. And so I guess it wasn't me, it was the car. Maybe there's a car burning in the front, I hope. Well, I don't hope, but you know, I hope it's not me. You know, we're egoistic. Anyways, before my battery runs out of my GoPro, I just want to let you know, thanks very much for watching this test ride here of the Ultraviolette F77 Mach 2.0 Recon. Very nice bike, kind of a sporty bike. I would definitely recommend it, especially to younger people who want to get into electric mobility. That's everything. Thanks very much for watching. This is Brenner Ride out. Take care. Bye-bye.